Hey everybody, I'm here for True North Wilds, and this is the unboxing of June's Mystery Tackle Box Elite Multi-Species Box. Multi-species? I think it's a multi-species box. I'll double check that when we open it. I actually am opening this a little bit later than I got it. They actually got it to me really early this month, but I've been pretty busy. I have quite the backlog of boxes to open up over the next couple days, so without wasting any more time, let's take a look at what we got. Let's double check what this actually is first. Multi-species elite. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. Got my what's in the box card ready to go. It's a longer list. It looks pretty full. Let's start off with Riot Lures. Plastics. They are, looks like a creature plastic. Riot Baits, not Riot Lures. Riot Baits the Tantrum. This is a nice pack of little crawfish lures. Nice claws on them. I like that the claws have a bit of beef to them. They're not just the thin flat, they actually have these side sort of wings almost. And that'll give them just a little bit more impact in the water when they're thrashing around. Good size, nice small size. This will actually work well for smallmouth, which is what concerns me. I don't have largemouth around here. This is a decent sized pack. This is actually, I don't know, it doesn't say how many on here, but it looks like 15 or 16 pack maybe. Not really any scent on them to make note of, but nice plastics. I like the color. Nice natural brown color, black specks in them. $4.99 for the pack. I think that's in US, but still I think that's reasonable considering just how many are in this pack. It's a really good sized pack of plastics. A lot of times I get packs of plastics and they're $4.99 listed price for a pack of 6 or 8 or lower numbers like that, and that's where I start to feel it's a little bit pricey. But this, doing a quick count here, it's at least 12. I'm not going to sit here and count them, but definitely a good value for that size of pack. Next up, Strike Pro Tournament Grade Swing Pop 85. So Strike Pro Popper in bluegill color. I've had mixed experiences with Strike Pro, to be honest. I've used some of their swim baits that are phenomenal and really lifelike. And same with lipless cranks. I've found some of their lipless cranks to be really worth using. But then I've also used some jointed lures that have not been so good. I did a review on one of those, which some may remember. So it's a little bit hit and miss for me with Strike Pro. This one looks nice though. I like the curved profile of this. I like the bluegill color. It's got that nice hint of blue sort of in the background. It's hard to tell probably on the camera, but as you rotate it through the light, there's a little bit of a pink or purple hint of color down on the bottom side here that you just sort of get as the light's reflecting off of it. Nice wide popper bill. I think that'll make a nice big splash in the water. I'm interested to try this out. I think this will work quite well. It's a little bit skinnier than most of the poppers that I'm used to seeing. A lot of poppers that I get have more of a fat body, so this is an interesting profile to me. And I'm looking forward to using that. Price-wise, Strike Pro Swing Pop, $10.49 US. So that's $13.50, 14 bucks, somewhere around there, Canadian. I think that's on the pricey side. That's definitely on the upper limit of what I would pay for a lure like this. I don't think that I would pay that locally for this brand. I could see myself paying that for this style of lure, but maybe from different brands. I don't consider Strike Pro to be that much of a premium brand, so that's a bit on the high side. Next up, Rebel Lures, the Qrikhopper. I've gotten a few of these before actually, and every one that I've gotten has been a different color or different pattern, but they're all just small. If I can get into it and show you. Holy. They are all this small, literally grasshopper sized lures. This one has a little bit of a rattle in there. Nice little single ball bearing, it sounds like. Small little hooks, small little dive bill. The brown cricket is the color. I mean, it sort of looks like it's pretty straightforward. It does not say what the dive depth is. So I'm going to assume it's only, I mean, it's such a small light lure, I'm assuming it's only going down 1 to 3 feet maybe at the most, because it is still a pretty steep dive bill. But I'm guessing if it does dive any depth, it's going to no more than a couple feet. So perfect for smallmouth bass. This would be a nice trout lure, perch lure, anything of that small panfish size that you can get up a little bit on the shallower side. These things are pretty fun to use. They're pretty neat. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Rebel Qrikhopper, $5.99 US. It's on the small size, but that when it comes to pricing for fishing lures, size doesn't always matter all that much. That's probably about appropriate for what you would pay for a little crankbait like that. Metallic plating sting nose minnow, 1/8 ounce, from Thunder Mist Lure Company. I've never heard of them. So this is just a little jigging minnow, jigging spoon, however you want to call it. 1/8 ounce. This would be something that I would most likely wait to use until ice fishing when you do more vertical jigging. But in that case, then it would be perch, crappie. This is something you might go for bluegill or pumpkin seed if you have those around you. Maybe some trout. So interesting. Not something that I'll be able to make use of anytime soon, I don't think. I think this would be mainly an ice fishing lure for me, but it looks decent enough. I'm not familiar with the company, so I can't comment on the quality, but it looks fine. Thunder Mist Sting Nose, $4.99 US for this little guy. That's pushing it. I don't see anything about this that warrants a premium price like that. No offense to Thunder Mist Lure Company, but that's excessive. This should be $1 or $2 cheaper than that for sure. Size 3.0 offset worm hooks, a pack of 3. Oh, I can't wait to see the price on this. Not that there's anything wrong with getting hooks, but it's hooks. And these Stickies hooks have been in every Mystery Tackle box for the last few months. So I'm glad they finally gave me a different style of hook, because I was getting the same ones for a couple. But it's 3 basic worm hooks, and it is $2.10 US, so $3.50 Canadian-ish. So for me, in Canadian, over $1 a hook, not a chance. These things are always overvalued, it seems. Mystery Tackle Box, you need to stop overvaluing your hooks that are meant to be just filler items in the box. Next up, Bagley Spinner Shad, an MTB exclusive. Again, that usually refers to the color. The Spinner Shad has been exclusively manufactured for Mystery Tackle Box. Oh, so it's not just the color. That's kind of neat. I don't know what the difference would be between this and their other shad style lures. It's got the spinning tail on it, so that's cool. Bagley makes really nice metal spinners when they do these spinner style lures, whatever the shape that they're putting them on. Anytime they put these spinners on their lures, they're good quality. They make a lot of noise in the water. They make a lot of turbulence in the water, which really attracts a lot of fish. Nice color on it. I don't know what the color is supposed to be, but it is a nice color. It's sort of an olive green top color, olive green sort of scales. Nice white belly, so it still has a baitfish sort of pattern, darker on top, but it's just a nice natural greenish sort of color. And probably hard to make out, but this nice line down the middle of silver scales just adds a little bit of flash. It's very subdued. It's not reflective all that much, but it stands out a little bit from the olive green. Nice eyes on it and everything. Bagley makes quality lures. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. I imagine this will catch a variety of fish. Smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, walleye, pike. Basically anything that I'll be fishing for around here, this would be worth throwing for. Bagley spinner shad, $10.99 US. So again, it's pricey. That's, you know, $13.50, 14, maybe even $14.50 Canadian. I'm not entirely sure on my conversions in my head yet, but it's in that ballpark. And if I was to go and shop locally for this, I would, because I am familiar with Bagley and we do have these around here, I would most likely pay in Canadian probably $11.99, $12.99 at the most for this lure. So it's $1 or $2 high again, but not insanely off the mark. Mudville Catmaster Catfish Tackle. River Dip Worm. Great for dip and stink bait. Interesting. So let's see what we got here. This is Mudville Catmaster. So I know the catfish around this area and how to fish for them and what everybody uses here, but I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with catfishing in other places all that much, so it's hard for me to really comment on that and be fair about it. So I'm not familiar with this style of lure at all for catfish. I don't know what kind of catfish this would go after, but it looks pretty neat. I mean, the rubber, it's got this rubber tube and the hook, the line goes through it and the hook is kind of set at the base and it's fixed in there somehow. I don't know if it's molded to the plastic or if there's a knot holding it in, or the line actually looks like it's kind of weaved through some slots in the rubber here. Either way, that rubber is fixed pretty solid. And I'm not sure how you would bait this or how you would fish it, to be honest. So I can't comment on that too much, but the rubber seems decent. It's got a bit of a scent to it, and you get two of these rigs, and the hooks look decent. That's about all I can really say about it, because if anybody knows how to use these or what kind of catfish that you use these for, I am really interested to know that. I love catfish fishing, but I'm only familiar with the channel cats around here, and this is not anything remotely close to what I would use. And it is $3.99 US. Again, not knowing how this is used or if what's normal for this kind of catfish, I can't really comment on that. I've never seen anything like that, so I won't make a judgment on that. Although if anybody's familiar with them and what the price should be, comment down below. Next up, the Tough Tube Mimic Minnow from Northland Fishing Tackle. Northland Fishing Tackle, of course, I am very familiar with. I'm actually quite familiar with these tubes as well, because I got them in last month's box. Last month's walleye box, as some may recall. So exact same tube as I got in last month's walleye box. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. Their tubes are nice. This is a different color. It's a really dark color. It's a really, really dark green, and it's got black stripes that you can just barely see on it. And then it's sort of a lighter green skirting on here. Non-scented, and tube jigs. I mean, they're tube jigs. Tube jigs are useful for a variety of species. They absolutely fit into a multi-species box, so nothing wrong there. Northland makes good stuff. The color's alright. I would use these for pike or smallmouth bass. Probably not for walleye. They're a bit dark for walleye, but definitely pike and smallmouth bass I would throw these in the water for. So, nothing wrong with that. I will definitely use them. They are listed at $5.79 US, $8 Canadian-ish. Overpriced. I can get them locally much cheaper than that. I can get a pack like this locally, should cost me about $5.99 Canadian for comparison. And I know that because they sell these at my local gas station. Okay, we got a lot of stuff in this box, I will be honest, so a few things left to go still. The Lunker Hunt Yappa Bug from the Yappa series. I've gotten one or two of these before, and haven't really made use of them, if I'm being honest. I've tried them a couple times, but haven't had any success. But I don't really blame that on the lures, because I didn't really have any success with anything else those days that I tried them either. It's a nice, soft, rubber-bodied surface lure, just like say you'd use it the same as you'd use a surface frog, or a popper. It's got this big splashing popper bill on it basically, but it floats. It'll sit there and it'll float like a frog, and you can twitch it around, and it's got the same soft body as most frogs, surface frogs do. This popping bill facing downwards like this, you can twitch it and splash it, and it'll kind of do that motion as the drag, and then as it sits down, and it splashes as it sits down. Because your line's here, you know, you're pulling sort of this way. So it's an interesting action when you're twitching these through the water. Lunker Hunt makes nice, tough plastics. This isn't going to rip on you. You can get a bunch of strikes on this. All in all, good lures. I like these. I like this color. I haven't had this color yet, and I'm not sure what kind of bug it's supposed to be. Some sort of bug. Doesn't say on it, but it's this nice blue, black color, and it's got all the details. It's got the wing details, and it's got the eyeballs like a bug. Just a neat lure all around. They're fun to use. I really wish I would finally get out on a good fishing day and manage to land some stuff, because these are a blast to catch fish on. The Yappa bug, Lunker Hunt Yappa bug, $9.29 US. That's appropriate. That's more of an appropriate price for a lure like this if I was to go and buy it locally. So that's not terrible at all. Next up we have X-Zone Lures Pro Series. I've gotten many of these. Floating Claws. The Adrenaline Bug Black Blue Flake. So it's a creature plastic. I've gotten these exact ones before. They are nice. They're good solid plastic. They are scented. I'm not sure what that scent is supposed to be, but it's almost a bit of a sweet scent. It's hard for me to smell the scent right now. I'm a bit stuffed up, but it's definitely there, but not heavy. It's not oily on your fingers. It's not strong. It's not overpowering, but it's there. Good color on it. Nice black plastic with these bright blue sparkles on it, which I always like. A nice contrasting sparkle. Really attracts things in the water. Really just throws off light in a bunch of different directions. Nothing wrong with that. I don't make use of a lot of creature plastics, but if I had largemouth around here, I would definitely throw that. They're a bit on the big side for smallmouth. Walleye don't really go after this type of plastic, but I will throw stuff like this out if I am looking for pike. This is one of the options that I have in my box for catching some pike, so nothing wrong with that. X-Zone Lures Pro Series Adrenaline Bug, $2.99 US. Good price for a pack of, it looks like a pack of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like. So nothing wrong with that. That's a great price. That's a very appropriate price. Last up, we have the Castaic Minnow Spin. So this is a spinner, a little spinner. Nice blade on it, nice spinning blade. A little bit of a nice little brass weight, some chattering noise here with a brass bead. Nice little red bead for some flash, and your hook. I mean, these spinners are classic lures. Panfish, trout, walleye, bass will all go after spinners like this. This is a good size actually for all of those. This is not too big, not too small. It'll kind of target everything. Give you that nice spinner action. And the color on it is interesting. It's this, almost looks like a ladybug color, a little bit of a darker red. Middle with some silver and black spots on it. Really nice lure. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like using spinners. They are very, very versatile lure, so very appropriate for a multi-species box. And this one in particular is listed at $4.29 US, $5 or $6 bucks, $6.50 Canadian. That's appropriate. They look like such a simple thing, but there is a lot of pieces on them, and so you generally would pay about that for a decent spinner. I'm not too familiar with Castaic, so I couldn't say if this is a decent spinner or not. It looks good, and I will definitely put it to the test, that's for sure. So I'm happy with that. Sticker, of course. That's the box for June. All in all, as far as a multi-species box goes, I really like this. There's a little bit of something for everybody, and when you're getting a multi-species box, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for variety, and most importantly, you're looking for versatility. So not just getting lures some lures for bass, some lures for walleye, some lures for trout, but lures like the spinner that can catch everything. Or like the tube that you can catch everything. It's nice to just get those. It's nice to get the variety, but in particular, it's nice that they include lures like that are very versatile and that can be used for a variety of fish. Instead of just a variety of lures for different fish, it's a variety of lures for a variety of fish. So I really like this box. I think this was a good multi-species box. Price-wise, some things a little on the high side. Kind of have to expect that a little bit with the boxes, of course, so you do have to give a little bit of leeway. All in all, there wasn't anything crazy, ridiculously overpriced. So all in all, it was fairly reasonable. I think there's a good value in this box for this month. I think they nailed it for this box. Let me know what you think. If you think it was a good value, if you like the variety of lures, if you like the lures that catch a variety of fish like I do, or if you'd rather see more specific lures for a variety of fish. I'm not entirely sure which one I would prefer. I haven't had that many multi-species boxes to compare that to. So let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget you can like and subscribe. It really helps me out for the channel. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback I get. Yeah, I have, like I said, a backlog of boxes to get to over the next couple days. So I'm going to pack these up, get this video uploaded, and until next time, I'll see you outside.